Welcome back to the Fall of Epsilon Pegasi for Freespace 2 here on Paladin Gaming. We are going into the 8th mission of the campaign.
Welcome back to the Disciple, pilots. You did well to get back to us alive after the NTF cut us off from one another. Many Sixth Fleet ships have yet to report in and may have been destroyed. As has become painfully clear to us, the Rook was never a real threat. It was intended to be a distraction, causing us to turn our attention away from the Polaris jump node and opening us up to attack from Koth, who was waiting for such an opportunity all the while. We should have anticipated this. But what's done is done.
I would actually dispute that. The Rook was a very real threat. That's what made the bluff. That's what made the strategy effective. If it wasn't, we wouldn't have had to do what we did. That being said, it was a strategic blunder on our part, but yeah.
Koth, leading the charge on the NTD repulse, has taken much of Epsilon Pegasi. The vast majority of the system is in NTF control. Isolated pockets of GTVA loyalists remain, but they are separated from reinforcements and supplies by hostile forces. Epsilon Pegasi is effectively an NTF system. Our only piece of good news is the fact that Koth has halted his advance at 2/3 of the system, presumably hoping to consolidate his position before going on to take the rest of Epsilon Pegasi. His stopping short of the two remaining bastions of the Alliance, Enib Station, and ourselves around Pegasus Sextus, give us hope that Koth might just be pushed back into Polaris, and perhaps then the NTF can be crushed entirely.
His lines keep getting cut
Enib
off.
Station has almost certainly dispatched somebody to inform the Alliance of our situation, and ideally reinforcements should arrive very soon indeed. Thus, our objective is to give those reinforcements all the help they can get by preventing Koth from conquering Epsilon Pegasi completely. If even the smallest piece of Pegasi can remain loyal to the Alliance, then that could give the GTVA the springboard from which it can launch a successful counterattack.
Alright, well, let's see what the Admiral has in mind. Cutting strings.
In order to prevent Koth from expanding NT rest of Epsilon Pegasi, and thus deliver the system into Bosch hands, we have devised a plan of action that should force Koth to pull his forces back and reassess the situation. Hopefully this delay will give the GTVA the advantage it needs to retake Pegasi. The Admiral hopes to force Koth back by attacking his supply lines.
Basic.
Should the flow of fuel, soldiers and parts from Polaris to the front lines be disrupted, Koth would have no choice but to call his forces back until he could re-establish ties with the NTF home systems. Enif Station and the Disciple would be safe from Koth's attention for a few days, which might just be all that the Alliance needs. All available fighter pilots are being given targets across the system. Your wing will attack the NTC Byrne's cargo depot.
He's probably
The
got a plan for
Byrne
this.
is a Leviathan cruiser that protects 2 cruisers and an assortment of cargo containers. Although the Byrne is a valid target and its destruction would be advantageous, it is not the objective of this mission. Instead, you will focus your attention on the freighters and transports that use the depot as a refueling and drop-off point. By destroying these vessels, you will make it harder for Koth to resupply his armada and aid the GTVA immeasurably. We shall be monitoring your progress and inform you when you are to return to the Disciple.
Alright, so destroy NTF supply freighters and destroy the cargo depot. Alright, we get strike fighters, and I'm not gonna stick y'all with the Ulysses. We've got... Really? No Myrmidons? Well, let's see how... Alright, as we've established, the Prometheus R is a useless weapon. What do you got? You also have Prom Rs. Let's fix that. Okay, so, I'm gonna give my wingmates tornadoes instead of hornets, and I am going to take a bank of tempests. And only one of us to take a bank of tempests because, 400 out of the 500 in the thing. For better, stationary target and freighter destruction. So, let's commit.
Good morning, this is your captain speaking. We have a freighter and 2 transports headed out on a departure path. Best if we take care of them before we do the depot. Have a nice flight.
You try too hard.
You don't try hard enough, Prickles.
Would you stop calling me that?
Help Beta. I think my wingman will take care of the last transport. Oops, sorry, Beta, whichever one.
Alright, got them. Let's get go that cargo depot.
Wow, really?
Incoming. Gas miner with escort.
Stop ramming!
Byrne just bugged out. Transports just arrived with company. Everyone, keep an eye out on that cruiser.
You know what? I'm calling in reinforcements. We're in rough shape. And I could use bomber support if that's what it is. maximum. Alright, notch the missile and right on your tail. Did the cruiser just go down? Yes, it did. Alright, so Kappa is a wing of Hercs. Oh crap.
Disciple, I think we've leached this sucker dry. The freighters have gone, and we're getting some heavy flak from NTF cruisers. Requesting RT.
Disciple here, Alpha. Request granted. You've done all that you can here. Now get back to base.
Alright, let's do it.
For your excellent record of confirmed kills, you have achieved the status of Ace.
Excellent.
Good work out there. Other wings have conducted similarly successful operations across NTF-held areas of Epsilon Pegasi, and COT supply lines have been well and truly cut. Hopefully, we should see a temporary cessation of attack as Koth draws his unsupplied cruisers and corvettes back from the front lines. Without the necessary freighters and depots keeping up the flow of supplies to his forces, Koth will no longer be able to continue his advance. While you accomplished your primary objective of destroying the NTF freighters and transports, you also managed to clean out the Byrne supply depot. Every blow we strike against the NTF only increases our chances of survival. However, we must bear in mind our situation. Koth's war machine is fully active and we've barely put a dent in it with our recent operations. Despite everyone working to the best of their ability, the NTF remain firmly in control of Epsilon Pegasi. Our concern must be the protection of civilians, not the defeat of Bosch's rebel army. Our position will be re-evaluated tomorrow morning, and we shall act accordingly. You will be briefed once a plan of action has been ascertained. Until then, dismissed.
I wonder if killing like all those cruisers was a bonus objective. I guess I could have jumped on and disabled the Byrne. Yeah, no medals. So, 19 total kills, 4 assists, mostly containers. 3 Hercs, 1 Herc Mark II, 2 Lokis, a Triton, a Poseidon, 10 containers, and a sentry gun. So, bring the total kills, all-time kills for this campaign to 76. 75 is ace. And 12 assists. So, that is that for Cutting Strings. Mission 8 of the Fall of Epsilon Pegasi. This is Paladin Gaming signing off.